Hello. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi. I don't think I know you yet, James.
Yep.
So,
my name's James.
My name's Leon. Where are you from?
I'm from Thailand.
Have we spoken before?
No.
And how long have you been on Verbling? Are you new to Verbling?
Yep. I'm just joined it for like 2 days.
And what do you think so far? Is it going well for you?
Yep. It's going great.
Great, that's good to hear. Hope we can see a few more people here. We're going to look at some vocabulary later and maybe have a quiz. But right now, to start off, I'd like to look at some of these sentences with homophones. Can you tell me what a homophone is?
Homophone? I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, actually, if I write the word homophone, then the first part, H-O-M-O, is speaking about something which is the same, and the second word is speaking about sound. The second part of the word, phone, phonics, phonetics, all of this is to do with sound. So it means sound the same. So can you tell me any words you know which sound the same? Do you know any words?
Climb.
Climb.
Crime and crime.
Crime.
Like crime, like commit a crime and climb. It's rhyme.
You mean this climbing and criming?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're close, aren't they? They're not really homophones though, because they do have a difference. So homophones have to be closer, but not always absolutely the same for everybody, you know, because some of the homophones are different for different people. So some homophones are not always exactly the same. So that is quite close, I think, crime and climb. Yeah. Hello, Yulissa. Hi.
Hi, Leon.
Hello there. So I'm just going to start off by looking at some homophones before we do the vocabulary quiz.
Can you send me the link, please?
Homophone can be, for example.
Okay, I'll see if I can send you the link as well, and then you can open the page. That would be good. Okay, here's the link. Now, sorry, Yulissa, what were you saying?
Yes, a homophone can be, for example, meet and meet, meet to eat and meet when you meet another person.
That's absolutely right. Those two are absolutely a homophone, because I think no English speakers would say those in a different way. There are some which are not homophones for everybody, but those, meet and meet, we always know that EA is E and EE is E. They're both the same, yes. Now, a game I'd like to try is to see if we can make a sentence with both of those words together that's grammatically correct and interesting for us. So would you have a go at that, Yulissa? Would you make a sentence for me with those two words together?
Okay. I will meet a friend who likes to eat a lot of meat.
Right. I'm going to write it then. I'm going to meet a friend
friend.
who likes to eat a lot of meat. Right. Maybe we should have a comma there actually, but that's a good sentence. Great. Okay, I'm going to check my page to see if I can find one which I just found by accident in my last lesson. And the word is gnaw. Do you know this word, Ulissa?
No. No. Like two or either nor.
Gnaw is like that, yes. So can you make me another a sentence with gnaw?
I don't like.
I don't like meat nor fish.
I don't nor fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Usually there we would
also
say or. Usually there we would say or. So where do we more commonly say gnaw? It's a kind of negative or, isn't it? But yeah, now, okay, is there a word which sounds like gnaw? I think I found one just now. Can you guess my word? It sounds like gnaw.
I don't know.
It begins with a G, and it's something to do with bones and dogs.
I don't know this one. No.
The word I'm trying to think about is this one.
No.
Gnaw. Do you know the
No.
meaning of this word?
No. What does it mean?
I think it's something a dog does with a bone, with his teeth. You know, when he holds the bone and he uses his teeth on it, but he can't really chew it, but just keeps gnawing it with his teeth like this.
Yeah. Like when he's playing with the bone.
Yeah, they say chewing a bone, but he's not chewing it so much as gnawing it. He's trying to just taste the flavors of the meat, but he can't really find much meat on the bone. He's just gnawing the bone. So I'm going to see if that one's on my list here. So can you read? What I'd like you to do is tell me, with each of these sentences, whether they are homophones or not. So, for example, I'll read the first one. Number one, if you want to use a quote in your report, be certain that you the source properly. Now, those three words, cite, cite and cite, for me, I say they are a homophone. So which of those three words do you think go there?
I think it is the first one.
I think the last one.
Who should we go with then? So Ulissa goes for the first one, C-I-T-E, I think it is, and James goes for S-I-T-E.
I-T-E.
So Ulissa, can you make a sentence with the word S-I-T-E? Or even two words, maybe.
A new sentence?
Yeah, can you show the third one, S-I-T-E?
Well,
With
the
a
third one
sentence,
for
a
me.
small sentence or a phrase? I've got one here, building site. Building site. Can you make a small phrase, maybe two words or three words with the second one then? In the chat, in verbally.
Verbling is an interesting site. Can I say that?
Yeah, that would be the third one. Website. Building site. And
with the first one.
What I'd like to do is try to make some word pairs with the second one and the first one. So can you put those into the verbling chat?
Okay. For example, with the first one, I could say I need to cite the source of information that I'm using for my work.
Yes,
my
so I
report.
think to make it short, cite your sources, maybe like this. Yes, good. That's a nice sentence. Great. So let's move on. Can you read number 2 and take us through it? What I'd like you to do, Ulissa, you do number 2, and then James can do 3. I'd like you to read it first of all. Tell me which one you're going to choose, and then try to make some word pairs or collocations to tell me all of those 3 words. So over to you, please. First of all, read it all out and tell me which word.
Those dark clouds seem to suggest that we're going to get some rain, the first one.
And before you continue, can you just check this word? How do you say this word?
Clouds.
Yes, clouds. Okay, so those dark clouds seem to suggest that we're going to get some rain, the first one. So, the first one, make some word pairs, please. I will do it as well. Everybody can do it in the text chat. So I'm making another one. Is rainstorm.
Rain.
Rainstorm is one. I've written it down. Any more, please?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. That's good. Even though it's one word, that's fine. It's slightly different because it's one new word.
Rain, cats and dogs.
Rain what?
Cats and dogs. I think that's an expression. Raining.
Can you write it for me? Raining cats and dogs, did you say?
Yes. Raining cats and dogs.
Raining cats and dogs, yes. Okay. Raining, that would be probably. Or rain cats and dogs, all right. So that's good. Let's move to this. So can you do the rest of them then? So the second rain, how can you do that one? How can you make some words with it?
I don't know the meaning of these two, the last ones. Rain.
Can anyone help Ulissa here? She's going to try and make some word pairs, but she needs the meaning of the second rain.
Rain is like a king reigning over the country, like rule.
Yes. So let's say reign over this country or this land, maybe. Yeah, that's
like
rain.
Power or ability to control, like that.
Yes. So the king reigns during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. You could say during the reign of Queen Elizabeth, maybe like this, during the reign. Okay, and the last one, Ulissa, do you know that one?
No. Rain. No, but I'm checking now the meaning, and there are a lot.
Okay, well, you check your dictionary and somebody else can actually say it now, because actually I think checking the dictionary we should do as a final resort. So, hello, are you here? Tukas, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you help us here? We're just looking for that third word if you know it. Do you know this word rain? R-E.
Yeah, I think it's a tool used to control a horse, usually made of leather.
That's it. Yes. Reindeer and the rain. Hold on to the reins. Can you make a short phrase with this word?
With the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so a man used rein to control his horse.
Well, you'd have to say reins or a rein, I think.
Excuse me?
You have to say a man used reins, plural, or a rein.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I understand. So a man used a rein to control his horse.
Great, that's good. That's a perfect sentence. So, all right, Ulissa, we'll come back to you next. But first of all, let's move on to James, because James can take the number 3 if he's still here. James, are you still around?
Yep.
Over to you then, James. If you can tackle number 3, that is, read it all through, then tell us which word you like to use in that sentence, and then give us some words to go with both of the words.
He was the lone survivor of the battle. The second one.
Right, the second one. Do we all agree? If you don't agree, shout now or forever hold your peace. Do we all agree that it's the second one?
I agree with this.
I do, I agree. But that doesn't mean you can't disagree. Anybody's allowed to disagree. Okay, it's the second one. So now, James, I'd like you to give us some more about both of those loans. Could you give us a loan, please?
I loan money from the bank for the first one.
A bank loan. A bank
loan.
loan. Let's keep it short and make little phrases. So a bank loan for the first one, good. And another one for the one that we used in the sentence, please.
I'm the, I don't know. I can't think of any right now.
What about the Lone Ranger? Have you heard of that one? Maybe you're too young for that. But lone meaning alone. Can anybody help out with the second one?
Like living, lives alone in the dark. I like that.
Yeah, we're moving into another word here, alone. He lives alone. Alone is an adverb, isn't it? So lone is like an adjective. Alone sounds to me like an adverb. So he lives alone. He is a lone survivor, but we've used that in the sentence. Okay, lone here. We haven't really had so many examples yet, but we can move on. So can you take the fourth sentence, please? Are you there for the fourth sentence?
So Leon, you meant which one of us? Because
Oh, sorry, I'll come back to you in a moment then. I'm trying to get people in order that they came in, but okay,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I'll get back to you, never mind.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, sorry, yeah. Let's just ask number 4 for Ulkas, please.
Okay, so what really upset me was the manner in which the bank contacted me about my overdraft.
Now, I'm interested in the way you said the word after bank. Can you just say that word after the manner in which the bank
Contacted me about my overdraft.
Yeah, this is interesting because most words that begin with con take that stress pattern, second syllable kind of pattern, like complete, condition. But this one is one of the exceptions, so you need to say contacted. Contacted.
Okay, contacted.
Yeah. Okay. Now, which of the manners will you go for here?
The first one.
And what's the difference between them?
Okay, so the first one is the way how people treat you.
I would say the way that they treat you. It's how they treat you, the way that they treat you, yes.
And the second one is we don't have it right now because it was much more common in the past, like in medieval ages. So I think it's a large field or ground that is possessed by some kind of a landlord.
Yeah, but yeah, the word isn't so common as it was in the past in that sense, but the word still exists. You can still go to a manor house, for example, where a house still exists, and it's maybe called a manor house, and it's even used in another sense sometimes. For example, if you go to London and in the East End of London they might speak about their area, so a policeman might speak about his area and say, we don't do that on my manor, and they mean my place that I'm in charge of.
Okay.
They use it sometimes still today, yeah. It's not totally disappeared, but yes, you're right about the meaning. The first one means the way that you do something, yeah. And so that's the one that you've chosen, and you've done well to give me some information there about all of them. So let's go to the beginning. Alex, are you there?
Yep.
So yours is number 5.
Okay. If you would just put your shirt on a hanger instead of leaving it lying on the floor, it wouldn't be so wrinkled when you put it on.
Now, before you answer the question, I want to speak about pronunciation, and there's something interesting about the word, actually, the 2 words. How did you say those words that are homophones?
Okay, so first one is, yeah, they look like homophones.
I think they are homophones, but how did
yeah.
you pronounce the word?
Hanger.
Yeah, you know, I think it's only in Liverpool that you're allowed to do this g for this ng. You know, if I say finger, that is a g because it's actually fin and then g.
Okay.
But a lot of these words, like singer, it's ing. It's not. But you know, have you heard of John Lennon?
Yeah.
Yeah, John Lennon came from Liverpool, and they speak in a different way. They say, "I'm a singer." But if you look in the books, this sound is like ing, like a verb at the end. If you say running, you don't say I'm running. You say I'm running. So we say hanger.
Hanger, okay.
Hanger. So, okay, read it through like that, hanger, and then tell me about those 2 words.
Right, so the second choice is correct. Like a coat hanger. Scratch that, I can't really overlook the G. The first choice, hanger, is for airplanes, I think.
Yeah, that's a good way to... So I can make a collocation there and say aircraft hangar.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I say aircraft and not airplane hangar, because I think aircraft hangar, maybe because of military past or something, you know. Aircraft hangar I always want to say. But maybe an aeroplane hangar. I don't know. For me, I just want to say the word aircraft hangar. But hangar, yes. For what is a hangar then, the first one? What does it look like?
I don't know, just like a big warehouse, I suppose.
Yeah, have you ever seen James Bond driving a plane in and out of a hangar?
Not really, just in games mostly.
Yeah, and the wings crash off because the door's being closed, yeah? So a hangar. Okay, great. So you got that one totally right. So what I'd like people to do is, while you're waiting for your turn, let somebody have their turn, but feel free to ask questions once they've done their bit, once they've asked, read something. Daniel, are you there? Daniel Ventura?
Hello. Good evening. Yeah.
Hello there.
I've
So
just seen in.
yours is number 6 here.
Okay. The foreword was written by a famous TV presenter.
Now that was very well read. I thought you were going to say forward or forward, but you said the foreword was written by a famous TV presenter. Spot
I mean
on.
the first one, Leon. The first one. Yeah.
And the first one and not the second. And the second one's not too difficult to explain to us all, is it? So how can you, but how many words can you put with it in terms of collocations? So everybody else can do this in the text, but Daniel, can you say them in voice? How many word pairs can you make with forward, the second one? I'm going to do it too. I'm doing it now in the chat. From the top of
Looking
my
for-
head, everybody else can do it too.
Looking forward.
That's
Yeah.
nicely done. Yeah. Any more? Say them in voice or write them in the verbaling chat.
Move forward.
Well, move forward, okay. I've done forward motion. Move forward. That's similar, isn't it? Yeah, that's good.
To put forward, to propose something, I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, that's put forward to propose. That's great. Well done. And can we have maybe a couple more?
Fast forward.
Fast forward. I like that. Yeah, that's good. I wasn't thinking about that one. That's maybe on the remote control or something. Fast forward. I don't like this bit of the film. Fast forward. Yeah, good.
What else?
Forward thinking as progressive. Not
Very good. This is coming out well, isn't it?
Leon, what about carry forward?
To carry forward. Yeah, that sounds like accounting. Are you thinking about accounting, or what are you thinking of?
Accounting, yeah.
Yeah, so you add up all the figures on one page, and then the figure at the bottom is carried forward into the next page or the next month or next period. Yes. Okay, great work. So now, Emad, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
So yours is the next one, number 7. This is about my hobby, chess, which we do on Verbaling sometimes.
Yeah. My last chess move was flawed. First one.
Flawed and flawed.
So, the first one. I think it's the first one because the second one had no meaning. I never would have maybe guessed my opponent intentions. So the first gap should be flawed because
flawed
the first
sounds
one,
like a horse. So when you say flawed, try not to move towards the vowel sound of flow, for example, because you're not quite moving there, but you're starting to move in that direction towards the sound O, and try to get more floored. So floor, like a horse.
yeah.
Can you hear? You're still flowing a little bit. But yeah, and when you say yeah, floor, it wants a nice horse sound. And then what about the second sentence?
First one also, because guess it's like I can't pretend or expect my opponent's intention. So I will take the first one.
Yeah, first floor, F-L-A-W-E-D. And so, can you give me another word for that floor, F-L-A-W?
Everyone has done something flawed in his life. Something.
Yeah, so what does flawed mean, F-L-A-W-E-D?
It's like something not good or not well.
So mistaken or incorrect, flawed, yes. Okay. So where could we use the second one? Because it looks like a noun, but it looks like a verb. It must be some kind of verb using the noun.
Second one.
So can anybody help me there? A little bit of work to do to get some kind of sentence with that word. Is it possible?
With flow, you mean?
With a second one. So, well, actually, let's stick with Abdul here.
With flow?
Sorry, not it's Emma. Sorry, I couldn't remember your name.
Yeah.
Emma. So can you try to make a sentence with F-L
O-O-R-E-D.
O-O-R-E-D.
Okay. In 205, I got my house flowed.
Ah, yeah, that's a very literal example, yes. I wasn't thinking of anything like that. Is anybody here thinking about something else? I was thinking about two boxers in a boxing match.
So one of them gets the another one flawed.
One of them floored the other, yes.
Like
Or
me,
you-
the other one.
Or perhaps if yes, and perhaps if you're very surprised by something, you could say, "I was floored." Like I was knocked out.
I have a sentence.
Okay.
You can say, for example, he was floored by the news that this boss had quit.
Yeah, that's just what I was saying. Exactly like that. Yes, he was floored by the news. He was knocked out by the news. He was floored. Yeah. So totally surprised, like a knockout. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And now we need to finish off. So I never would have guessed. Which one did you say it was?
I think the first one, just like expected. But
Yeah,
by
I
the
never
way,
would have expect.
I
Never.
never- yeah,
Yeah.
the sentence is very hard. I never would have. I never would have guessed.
I never would
I
have
think-
guessed. Yes. So
I
what's hard
don't,
about that?
Maybe the grammar of it, I never would have. So he never guessed any. He can't he say I never guessed my appointment attention?
I think people might usually move the word never. I think you hear it more often. I would never have guessed. Hey,
Yeah.
wow, is that true? I would never have guessed.
Yeah.
In a month of Sundays, I would never have guessed. So never
Yeah.
doesn't usually go in that place, and that might have made it sound a bit confusing. But it isn't actually unnatural at all. It's fine. I think I'll change it though and move the never. I would never have guessed. So somebody says something very surprising to you, and you say,
Yeah.
"Really? Wow! I would never have guessed." So now let's move on to 8. Whose turn is it now with 8? It's we're down the line. We've got somebody's Martina. Hello. Do you have a microphone, Martina? Hello, Mike. I can't hear you, Martina. Now, is it technical? Is it a technical problem, or is it? Okay, Omar, it's over to you then.
Hello, teacher.
Hello there. Hi.
Hi,
Omar
how are you?
Degras.
Hey, thank you very much
Sounds
for
like
giving me this opportunity.
Is your name French?
Yes, it is, teacher, but I don't speak any French. I speak only Spanish.
It's interesting. Interesting name. So
Yeah, yeah. But I don't speak any French. Only merci beaucoup and mademoiselle, and that's it.
Tu peux le camembert?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's see then. We're on number 8. So you're going to read the sentence
Number
through,
8.
and then tell me which of the two
okay.
words you'd like to use there, and then explain the two words with some examples.
Okay, I think my dad got better service today because he paid the waiter a compliment.
Yeah, don't stress the
let's
ending
see.
too much. Compliment.
Compliment.
Yes, okay. So we've got 2 spellings.
Yeah.
What's the difference there? Does anybody know the difference
So I
there?
think it. Okay, teacher. With the second one, compliment. Okay, compliment. I think compliment had to do with when you're gonna add something else, and I think compliment is like some kind of tips that you're gonna give a waiter or something. So I'm not really sure, but this is my point of view, teacher. Yeah.
You're kind of getting there. So let's throw it open to everybody here. and see if we can make some short phrases or sentences with either of those two words. So we can work on both of them, and just text please as well, or say the first or the second one. So can we all work on these two words now and look at some example phrases or word pairs or collocations, and then we'll hopefully have it in our mind which is which. So one of these is something that you might say to somebody, that was great. Paying a compliment. If I pay a compliment, which compliment is it?
The first one.
To pay a compliment. It's the first one. Is it the first one?
It is not a tip, Leon?
It could be used as an adjective for a tip, like a complimentary something, but usually I think it's that might be possible to use it in the sense of describing a tip. Yes.
It sounds very formal.
Yeah, I think it does, and I think there are more straightforward ways of using this word. And so that's a great compliment, you know. Or sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's funny when somebody is insulted and they take it as a compliment. And somebody says, "I didn't mean that as a compliment." And that can be funny sometimes. But so if somebody says something, to say, "Hey, yeah, that was well done. You did very well there. You're the best." They're paying you a compliment. So what about the second one?
To pay a compliment.
An adjective of it would be complimentary.
Right. So, for example, your new drapes complement the tone of the room, maybe.
Yeah, they go well together. So things that go well together complement each other. So that's the second one. So actually you can use it in food. You could say, this sauce really complements the fish. It doesn't say, "Hey fish, that was fantastic what you did." That would be the first one. But the sauce goes well with the fish, so it complements the fish very well.
Well, you can
fine wine is
yes,
a fine wine is a perfect complement to the dinner. They go well together.
Or maybe someone can compliment you. So, for example, he complimented me on my web.
And that's the first one.
Mr. Leon,
So it's slightly different. It's not so much a feeling of going together, like a horse and carriage. You know, love and marriage, they go together like a horse and carriage. That's the second one. The first one is, "Hey, you're the greatest. I'm paying you a compliment." The first one.
So,
Okay, that one's done. I think that one's done.
one
isn't it?
question. Can we
Yes.
use the second one compliment to talk about people? They complement each other.
Yes, we
just about
can,
food?
and we often do.
Okay.
Often do that. And so the confusion might be that the context has to be good, because if you say they complement each other, what does it mean? It could be either. It could be, oh, do they always say, "Hey, well done" to each other? Do they always say good things about each other? You know, what do they say about people who always say good things about their friend, and their friend says good things back?
Okay.
But it could be that, and it could be the other one. So sometimes we have to be careful with
In the
English.
context. Yeah.
Yes, we have to get the context. Sometimes just one or two little extra words can help and to get
For
the phrases
example,
right.
Their personalities complement each other.
And then it's very clear. Yes, sometimes if you make a good sentence, they do this. They do use that word to speak about people. Yes.
Can I say,
Yes.
Mr. Leon? Can I say, reporter make fail compliment his report, or fail compliment, so he didn't finish it in the right way?
I'm just trying to get the whole sentence there. Can you say it again for me?
Yeah, the reporter make fail compliment to his report.
Make what compliment?
Fail.
Make
compliment.
fail.
Yeah, compliment and the second one.
Yeah,
to his report.
Can you write your sentence for me? Is that okay to write the sentence in verbally and have a look at it? Because I'm getting confused by make fail and other words here, so having a bit of a problem hearing you as well. It's a little bit faint. So if you write the sentence, then we'll discuss it. Put it in the verbally chat rather than the Hangout. The reporter make fail. This make fail is losing me a little bit. The reporter make fail in compliment to the report. Well, there must be something wrong with this sentence because I'm struggling to understand it. So I really don't. I'm losing it a bit here. So maybe there must be a problem, and I think the problem is make fail. I'm really struggling with make failed. Failed to, perhaps. Failed to do something?
Failed to compliment? No. This way I will object.
Failed to... Yes, and then I'm losing the meaning a little bit, so it's getting a little bit strenuous, this one. Yeah.
The meaning, I meant that the reporter failed when he was reading his report, may make a mistake or something that happened that he didn't complete.
Yes, but where does the word compliment come? He failed to put things together properly. I don't know. No, it doesn't seem to go with the word compliment either, I think. So I think we can say that it's not such a good example of this particular word. Try and make another sentence with the word in a moment, and then we will try to think about it, get it ready, and then you can ask me. Even if we've moved on, we can ask about sentences regarding any of these previous ones. I wanted to do such a lot with these. There's a lot more to do, so I might do another lesson about homophones because there's so much more to do, making sentences and things. Right, so let's go to number 9 anyway now, and we're moving along the line. My mouse isn't working. James, we're back to you, I think. If you're still here, James. Can anybody hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I hear you.
Yes.
I'm
back.
I have been skipped, I guess.
So who said I've been skipped, I guess? Because I might have to be careful not to miss people, but the lines change sometimes, and my mouse is having a problem as well. So, who said just now I've been skipped? Oh yes, there you are. I see at the end. Sorry. All right, then you can do this one then, Yusuf. Sorry about that. So you can take on number 9.
Number 9. Yeah, my horse, right?
Yeah, when you say horse, try to get a nice or sound. Horse.
Okay. My horse became agitated when his bridle came loose from his head.
Came loose, yeah. And I just want to speak about the vowel sound in horse a bit more, because some people today are shifting their vowels a little bit too much. And this one, horse and hurst, your and or, you're moving a little bit to the So you're saying my hearse, it's horse. Get a nice or. You know, like when you say this or that, horse. Okay, so my horse became agitated. What does that mean, Yusuf, agitated?
Well, I don't know exactly. I can't even guess.
Is it kind of nervous?
If you're agitated, could you give me another a bit annoyed, a bit up in the air about something. You're a bit like aggravated, agitated, slightly annoyed, moved to action because you don't like something. Maybe agitated is. Imagine you stick a stick into some bees, or wasps. You poke it into a wasp's nest, and they all become agitated. They start buzzing around because they're agitated. So the horse became agitated. I imagine it's starting to do what horses do, you know.
Like stormy?
Yeah. So a horse might become agitated. Don't stand behind it. So, Yusuf, which of these bridles will it be?
The second one.
Yeah, and so we've got two bridles. What are they?
It's the second one, bridle like rain, which you put on the horse head to control it. And the first one, bridle, it's something related to the wedding or to the, yeah.
Yes, something related to weddings. Yeah, and what is a bridal path?
Bridal bath is like a bridal shower that the bride take for the wedding, and also
Well,
like there is
it sounds like it could be a path for the bride, but the bride in the marriage walks down the aisle. So a bridal path is something for you to ride a horse on alongside a field. Do number 10 as well, please, Yusuf.
All right. Every book published has a unique serial number printed on it. So
yes, very well read. Yeah, very well read. So the second one, and now we've got serial and serial. These two words are very good for doing a little collocation exercise. So now I'd like everybody to say or text word pairs using either of these two words. So I'm going to do it as well. So please write or say some word pairs using one or other of these words.
Well, I don't like to eat cereal food.
So one word to go before that cereal would be breakfast cereal. Okay, so we've got breakfast cereal. Can anybody give me some more word pairs using one or other?
A serial killer.
Yes, that's a good common one. So I think we've got the number 1 and number 2 will be breakfast cereal and serial killer. So can we add a few more, perhaps?
Serial number.
Serial number is good. That must be this, not cereal.
Television serial.
Yes, and that is not Kellogg's cornflakes being advertised, is it? But it's the other television cereal. This one. And cereal bowl, yes, good one.
You're looking for cereal.
It's a serial killer.
Well, you're right. The television serial was one. That's a great one. And let's see how many more we can get, please.
A cereal bar.
Serial killer.
A cereal bar, Leon?
Cereal bar, is that something to do with something like a muesli bar or something like that?
Yeah,
it seems to make sense. Well, I understood it, but I don't remember ever using those words. But I think I've used other words for it. But cereal bar, that looks okay to me, yes.
Can we say serial cases of flu?
Cereal cases? Yes. That would be the S one.
And what about serial killer, Tisha?
Yeah, we've got that one. That was the first one we've got because serial killer is always on the news, isn't it? Unfortunately. So we've got those. That's good work for the cereal and cereal. Cereal grass.
Cereal farmer?
Yeah, that will be the C one, I think, won't it?
With a C, yeah.
Yeah, cereal farmer. Yes. Yes. Maybe cereal mountain, I don't know. Okay then, that's great work. So, who hasn't spoken for the longest time here now, I think? I think it must be you. Hello there. Are you there, Lucas? You're speaking just now?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, well, can you just try this next one then?
Okay.
That's the number 10, I think, if I can get the screen up. It's not changing for me. No,
11.
It's 11, you're right. 11.
Yeah. This doctor treats his patients very well and never gets any complaints.
That was brilliantly well read, because that one, I was waiting for you to say complaints, but you said complaints. That's the right way. So good. Now, which of those did you choose? Which word?
The first one.
Yes, and they are homophones. They sound identical, don't they? Patience, 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 dear boy. Where are the patients? So, now, can you give me some connections with the other word?
My father is very patient.
But that's going to be a different form of a word.
Oh, right.
So
my
you're going
father
to say
has
the adjective.
great patience.
Yes, it's a noun.
Yeah.
Yes, my father has great patience. So actually, let's say great patience is good, because we wouldn't speak about very big people waiting in the hospital. So we would say great patience, yeah. And are there any other nice little collocations or word pairs we can make with either of these?
Day patient.
A day patient?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Tell me more about that. What would that be?
A day patient is someone who goes to a hospital and is going to stay there just for 2 or 3 hours, you know? He's not going to stay in bed. He only go for specific surgery and they go, you know?
Oh, no, I've never heard it used like that. Okay, but it does make sense. So, all right. And it must only go with the first, so that's okay. We've got great patience. Now, great is a little bit on the boring side because it just means big or great, you know, like nice and good. So, are there any more interesting words that go with the second patience now?
I wouldn't think there are many collocations, but there are lots of proverbs and sayings about patience, like patience is a virtue.
That's a nice one. Let's have that one because that's really only 4 words. Patience is a virtue, yes.
Lose patience.
Yes. Did the doctor lose patience, or did? Yeah. So again, we can sometimes get into that territory of, with all homophones actually. This is one interesting point. Homophones. You can make jokes and puns. So, what is a pun? Think about that, but we'll go on and finish the exercise, and then we'll think about what a pun is. And puns are something related to homophones. So now,
to play with words?
It's more than just to play with words. It is a play with words, but it's specific. Alex, can you do number 12 there, please?
Okay, so a dual processor system has 2 processor chips working in parallel.
So, which dual are you going for?
The latter, dual, right. Because the first one, dual, is something to battle, I think. Yeah.
Yes, and in history, how did people challenge people to a duel?
Pistols at dawn.
Pistols at dawn, yes, and sometimes I remember throw down the gauntlet, didn't they? What was that about, throwing down the gauntlet? I think they took their glove off and threw it at the floor for some reason. I don't know why, but it signified that it would be some kind of duel challenge.
Oh yeah, taking off the glove and picking up the glove. I think that's the challenge.
Yes, the glove was, I call it the gauntlet because it's that kind of armoured glove, isn't it? Something like that, maybe. Yeah, but do you think that it would be a good idea if today we could legally challenge somebody to a duel to the death?
Well, that depends on that particular society's customs, I suppose. Well, to death.
I mean, if you don't like somebody and they insult you, do you think it would be a great idea if we could just throw down the gauntlet for them?
Maybe not to fight to death, but just maim each other, maybe. And well, if that settles the issue, if that would have legal.
And which different?
Yes, go on.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to have some kind of form of it, wouldn't it? But maybe not to the death. Maybe some kind of challenge. But maybe we do actually have something like that. But it seems to be that the winner is the person who has the most money to spend with lawyers. Yeah, I just keep out of the way. So, let's speak about puns. So puns and homophones, how are they connected?
You take a word that has a homophone and replace the word with the homophone, and it's a pun if the sentence still makes sense. Just another sense, possibly humorous sense.
Here's one that I saw in a shop in Bath in England that sold heating systems. And can anyone tell me anything about it? It was called Great Expectations, and I've texted it here. And is there a pun there?
Yeah, there is. Because, yeah.
How does it go?
I think the original great, G-R-E-A-T, was replaced with G-R-A-T.
Yes, and what's the wordplay there? Why did they do that?
Because great is a tool you use to make, for example, a carrot into pieces. So, right? A grater. So to grate.
Ah, that's another kind of grate, like a cheese grater. You know,
Yeah.
For example, some people might think they're really fantastic. They really might think they're what we call a big cheese. But then we say, well, you might think you're a big cheese, but there's always a cheese grater. A cheese grater. Yeah. Yes, that's this kind of grating. But this grate is a fireplace grate. The grate is a part of a fire. Oh. The bit at the bottom made of metal, where the wood is lifted off the ground. That's called a grate as well. And here's another one before we go. Tax haven, a hardware store. What do you think? Any ideas?
I'm not really sure about the tax part.
Those tacks are things to fix things into the wall or fix things onto a board. Like it's another word for like a kind of pin.
Oh, okay.
So, or a nail or something is sometimes called a tack. You could say tack it up, hit it. But the tax, T-A-X, is often used with haven. Mm-hmm. But in this hardware store, lots of tacks live and other hardware. Right, so it's quite common in business names. And the famous riddle, I'll finish with the riddle. You know, what is black and white and red all over? How do you spell that last word, red? What is black and white and red all over?
The Bible?
Yeah, the newspaper is the usual answer.
Oh, okay.
So puns come from homophones. You can make some interesting homophone puns with them. But okay, well, there's some more things to do with it, but another time. So I have to say goodbye right now. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you, Leo.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
See
See you
you.
all.
Thank you very much.